Okay, everybody. I have something really cool to tell you about. If you haven't heard yet about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain here. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one single place. Now, the way that you can do this is you got to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, and then you can get started. It's really fun. We just switched over recently here at All Too Real 2, and I'm enjoying it so far. So be sure to check it out and let us know what you think.
Entering the world of Crisis on Infinite Films, brought to you by All Too Real 2 Podcast.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2 Podcast. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is
Matthew Haas.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
It's angelic.
I am an angel, so that was what I was going for.
Matthew Angel Haas.
Mm-hmm.
Changed her middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Still begins with an A.
Yeah.
Anyways, today we are covering another film for our series called Crisis on Infinite Films. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. You gotta make sure you write out the boom, boom, booms when you talk about this, folks. Anyways, we're covering a story of a African superhero whose powers have been passed on from generation to generation. From father to son.
Mm-hmm. From 20, in fact.
Yes. And no, we're not talking about the Black Panther.
No, we're talking about...
We're talking about a white dude.
Yeah, a white guy from Africa. Well, he's not really from Africa.
No, well, I guess he was born there. He is, but...
I mean, he was a little kid, so I guess he was raised for most of his life there, so whatever.
So, well, no, he was there his whole life.
Oh, he was? Oh, okay.
It was his ancestor who was...
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, we're talking about The Phantom.
Mm-hmm. 1996.
Yes. Which stars Billy Titanic Zane. Oh, wait.
He was in the Titanic.
Yes.
Yeah. He was also in The Believer, so I can call him Billy Believer Zane.
Yes.
Doesn't sound as good, though.
No.
Billy Believer? No.
If I wanted a middle name, I think I'd go with Titanic before Believer.
Yeah.
But then I guess Billy the Believer sounds cool.
I don't know.
And then it also co-stars Treat Williams. Treat Everwood Williams. Treat the Substitute sequels Williams.
Who's great in this film, by the way?
Oh, yes. Christy Baywatch Swanson. Christy Under Siege Swanson. Christy Buffy the Vampire Slayer Swanson. The movie, not the TV show.
Oh, okay.
She was Buffy in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
That was good.
And then it also has Catherine, married to Michael Douglas, Zeta-Jones. Wait. Catherine
Zeta Jones, right?
Catherine Zorro Jones.
Zorro.
Yes.
That's right.
What
She
else
was
has she
in
been in?
Zorro. She was in all kinds of
a lot of movies.
She was in the movie with was it Arnold? No, it wasn't Arnold. It was where she had to like climb through all this weird laser stuff.
Oh, that was Entrapment.
Entrapment
With Sean Connery.
That's right. It was
Yes.
Sean Connery. Yeah, she was in that.
Marnie Perner.
Yeah,
Marnie Perner.
she was in that. She was in the one with Brad Pitt where they're both like spies sent to assassinate each other. What was that called? Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No, that was you're thinking of his.
Oh, I'm thinking of
that's
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, that's his,
totally
his-
different.
That's where they met,
Okay.
and then he cheated on.
Oh,
yeah, anyways,
that's right.
what was
Yeah.
it? Cheated
Forgot.
on Jen Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie also stars James Uncle Gamby Remar.
Yeah.
James Black Lightning Remar.
Yeah, he's in Black
James,
Lightning.
James Mortal Kombat Annihilation Remar.
James Chronicles of Shannara or Shannara Chronicles
Remar.
from MTV. Remar. He plays I forgot the character's name, but he plays a character in the first season of Shannara. So yeah, Remar.
And he also did a bunch of voices for different animated series based on DC Comics, which is interesting.
okay,
But
yeah.
This movie is not a DC or a Marvel property. It's King Features.
Just yeah.
Yes, it was a comic strip, then turned into a comic book.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, and it was the film screenplay was written by Jeffrey Boehm, who Boehm or Baum Boam Boehm Baum ba boom boom bum ba boom boom bum ba boom boom bum.
Boehm, maybe?
Boehm.
I don't know.
Jeffrey Boehm.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Boehm.
That sounds Jeffrey Boehm.
Boehm. Boehm. Jeffrey Boehm. Jeffrey Boehm. Okay. Anyways, there you go. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he died?
He passed away.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He's known for writing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, among other movies. We also have the movie directed by Simon Windsor, who is an Australian director who is known for directing Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, Operation Dumbo Drop,
Great movie.
Free Willy,
That's an okay movie.
yes, Quigley Down Under, among others.
Very good movie.
And it was based on the comic created by Lee Falk. Yes. So that's our information section.
Part of it,
Yes.
I think.
So,
The Newman, the music.
oh yeah, and the music was done by David Newman, who is Randy Newman's cousin.
Yeah. it's pretty
And
cool.
most of his family have done like half the movies you've seen in your life.
Right, yeah.
The music for him.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
you wanted to learn that, so
Mhm.
you did.
Yes, you did. The more you know.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yes. Knowledge is power.
If you use it.
Yes.
If you don't use it, it's not powerful. It just sits there, so, you know.
Well, yes, there has to be some kind of inertia or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, substance of life.
Yes. Life. You know, life doesn't do anything for you unless you, pour it into a bowl and pour some milk on it and then eat it. Then it gives you energy.
Well, I think you're talking about cereal right now.
Life cereal.
Oh, okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that does give you energy.
Yes. It's really good. I like Life cereal.
I prefer Frosted Flakes, all the stupid kid cereals.
Yeah.
I do like Kix though. That doesn't have much sugar in it. I do
Yes.
like that. So
Yes. But I will tell you this. If you
What?
try to eat the pieces from the board game of life,
no, it's not gonna be
it
good.
breaks your teeth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it's
it would.
not good.
Did you
not
hear
good.
they're making a longer version of Monopoly?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, who wants to? Who has ever played Monopoly and thought to themselves, you know what? This could be longer. That's my only beef with that. Come on,
Yes.
I don't get it.
The time that I played Monopoly for 4 days, We took breaks to sleep.
Oh, wow.
But we played it for 4 days.
Wow.
Because we started out with 5 people playing, and then it was down to 2. And then, the 2 of us just kept playing until I gave up and lost.
Wow.
And that was the Star Wars Original Trilogy Collector's Edition Monopoly that my ex-girlfriend stole from me. Anyways,
she must have liked that.
I don't know, but it's worth money, and she stole it from me.
Oh, it's like a
collector's edition.
Well, if you played it, then it lost some of its value.
It's still worth money, though.
So what? The game is like based on Star Wars, then?
Yeah, like all the pieces are Star Wars characters, and the locations are places like Hoth and Dagobah and stuff like that. And it's based on the original trilogy. And for some odd reason, even though I bought it 5 or 10 years before I met her, she justified taking it.
Thanks a lot. Well, I was going to say your name, but
we'll just leave it alone.
Say it.
Don't want to give her any more
power or whatever. Yeah,
it's okay. I've moved on.
Yeah, it's been a while. You're good.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I. Wow. So
this movie. Yeah. So what happened in this movie here, Matt?
A 10-minute intro of Monopoly and Life cereal and what else we talked about?
Life is like a box of cereal, man.
This movie. Okay, so like we kind of talked through most of it, but I think we got a pretty good grasp of what happened in it. It's very like Indiana Jones kind of like the style of it. It's very much like that.
Very like an old cereal. Speaking of cereal,
yeah,
spelled differently.
Yeah,
an old movie cereal.
Yeah, and like this dude, he sees his dad get killed by this guy who's like a pirate or something. And he gets washed up.
Yeah, early in the 16th century, a young boy helplessly witnesses his father's death at the hands of Kaba Singh.
Yeah. Oh, that was a flashback. Sane. That wasn't the actual.
No.
Okay, that wasn't
Kaba Singh.
Sane.
Sengh.
So
Sane.
They show the kid washed up on the beach, and then this tribe or nation finds him, and then they take him home, and they do like a little ritual to kind of like initiate him into the community. And then that kind of goes into the present time with the current the
21st Phantom.
Yeah, the 21st Phantom
in 1938.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he's just doing his thing. He's like a hero kind of. He whenever he kind of like a bat signal. He gets like a signal, I guess, when somebody's trying to do something or whatever. Because
and his name is Kit Walker.
His
by the way.
His name is Kit Walker, which is a pretty cool name.
It's a really cool
name.
I like that name. I like that.
And so Uncle Gamby.
I'm going to change my name to Kit Walker.
Okay, go ahead. So Uncle Gamby from Black Lightning is trying to get some skulls, like a special magical skulls that are like, silver and gold and stuff like that are supposed to have some kind of power.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
And he's trying to steal it for Treat Williams, who plays this like stereotypical 1930s business mogul, like but he plays it so funny though, like he's
named Xander Drax. It begins with an X and ends with an X.
Yeah, he says that later on. That's a great name too, Xander Drax. Yes. Someone should do a meme where they take Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy and they splice them together. I don't know. So that would be a really obscure one that I think
nobody will get that.
Would get. Like, wait a minute, I know that guy. No.
Yeah, the two people that'll get it will be you and me.
It's like, I love doing that sometimes, making memes that like nobody else will understand.
Yeah.
I did one like a couple weeks ago. I don't think even you got it, or I don't know if you saw it, but I took a picture of Al Gore's face and I put it on Gloria Estefan for the you got to get the rhythm or whatever.
Rhythm's going to get you?
Yeah. So Al Gore algorithm. Nobody got it. It was very bad too. Like I just took I didn't do any like actual like Photoshop. I just literally just took an image of his face, just spliced it on top of hers. Like I didn't do any kind of like transmorphine or whatever because I don't know how to do that stuff. So I just lazily,
algorithm.
Yeah, algorithm. Yep. Because he invented the internet, you get it? So algorithm, it's like a double meaning.
Yes.
Yeah, I had fun with that one at 2 a.m. and after being really tired and punch drunk, I guess, or whatever. Punch drunk love, like Adam Sandler.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Actually, quite a few of his movies actually aren't that bad. Some of them are actually pretty good. But anyway, so Treat Williams plays this dude who I'm clearing my throat. I got some stupid cold or whatever from the weather or whatever it's called. The weather, yeah, whatever it's called.
The weather.
You know that thing, the sky stuff. You
the
know,
climate.
The climate. There we go.
The environment.
The environment. Yeah. So Treat Williams, he's like this dude who wants these skulls because he's part of some brotherhood. I forgot the name of the brotherhood. That's supposed to be like like dark magic and stuff.
Well, he's
like
not
that.
part of the thing.
Oh, he's not. That's all right.
Quill is
that's
the
right.
guy that James Remar plays.
That's right. Because he commissions him to collect the skulls for him. And there's a scene that's so I'd never seen this this contraption in any other movie ever. He's got like a microscope that has knives that shoot up. I've never seen this in any other movie before or after this. And he's got some guy that I guess double crossed him or something like that. And he he brings him in for a meeting or whatever, and he asks him like, "Oh, by the way, one more thing. I need a fresh pair of eyes to check out this thing or whatever to see if it works." And then he's like, "Oh, I can't see it. Oh, just turn on the focus." And right as soon as the focus works, it says liar. And then they hear the screaming sound because the knives just cut his eyes out. It's so messed up. What you got there? Oh, you drew him? That's pretty cool. So Treat Williams, aka the substitute, has this weird device that stabs people through a microscope. I think it was a microscope, but wasn't that what it was called, or is that?
Yeah, that's a microscope.
Okay,
the thing you look at.
I was making sure if I didn't know if they had those back then. 1930, of course they did. Anyway, he kills him.
They were invented in 2012.
Yes. He kills him, and then a bunch of other stuff happens. The woman who's like the niece of
the head of the newspaper.
Yeah, head of the newspaper. That guy.
That is Christy Swanson's character,
right?
Who is named Diana.
Diana.
I'm trying to remember her last name. Off the top of my head, I can't remember it. But yeah, she's Diana Palmer, I believe.
Yeah, that's the right name.
Yeah. She
goes home to some fancy party for some charity or something like that, and she gets kidnapped, I think, or I don't remember.
Yeah, she gets kidnapped by James Remar's character Quill, and Catherine Zeta-Jones's character, who is named.
I forgot her name. I don't know if they ever said her name.
Her name is Sala.
Sala, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, name. Like the character that John Rhys Davies plays in the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh wow!
I just realized that's the same name. I was just like, wait a second.
Yeah, so they do that. She they put her on like an all female plane or something like that. I guess like this brotherhood has like a sisterhood subsidiary or part, like extension, of it or whatever, because and she said all the pilots are women, but there was like a lot of people there. I don't think you need that many pilots. I mean, there's like 20 people. You need 20 people to fly a plane? I don't know. Maybe on
Tuesdays.
Maybe they all take over for each other. They're just constantly flying. They never land. I don't know. Maybe we weren't paying attention at that point, but to know what was actually happening. But it's not that the movie was bad, mind you. It's just that we just talked through most of it. It wasn't boring. It was actually a pretty decent movie, really. The graphics were okay. They didn't really try too hard to do something that was too much advanced for what they were able to do. They kind of knew their limitations, which actually I think is good, because a lot of movies don't seem to know that, aka the Man Thing. Which was directed anyway. I'm not going to get into that, but
we already
talked about him. But what else happened, Mike? What happened?
So on the island, while there. What they do is they I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, he saves her, rescues her, Phantom.
Yes.
Right at some point on the plane.
Yes.
And then he gets caught by the dude. What's his name again? Thrall or Cole? What's Remar's name?
Quill. like a pen.
So he gets caught by Quill once again, and then they take them somewhere else. No, but then they get away because Phantom has a pet wolf, and then the wolf helped fight, and then they went and escaped into a plane. Him and Diana went into a plane, and they flew. And I thought for a second that he was just going to leave his wolf behind. I thought that was a pretty dick move. I was like, you're just going to let this dog die on the thing? But no, it was because the wolf ran to like a different part of the island and knew how to get to where they needed to go. And then he went to inform. He started acting like Lassie, and he went to inform the horse.
And Timmy fell down the well.
Yeah, he told him that Timmy fell down. So then the horse was running too to get to help Timmy, and then something else happened at some point. They got into another fight. I think there's lots of like fighting in this movie, kind of like the old style, like Indiana Jones battles, like street battles between people with swords and stuff like that. There actually wasn't a lot of guns in this movie. There's only a few, I think, gunshots in this movie. It was mostly swords and knives.
Bang.
Yeah, but they did shoot the plane. I know that much because the fuel was running out because of the bullet holes. Bullet holes? That's a hard phrase. Bullet holes. That's a
bullet holes.
That's a hard.
Bullet holes.
That's a hard phrase
bullet
to
holes.
say.
Bullet holes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like. Bullet holes. Wow. Yeah. And they had to land a plane, in like an emergency fashion. I'm trying to remember what else happened after that. They, Treat Williams starts getting really, really ridiculously funny throughout the movie because his character.
He's like in a different movie than everybody else. It's great.
He's
the best part of this whole movie.
He's joking all the time. He's like he treats like dark magic like it's like funny. Like there was this great scene where he's having like a meeting with all these people that's supposed to be like part of his plan or whatever, and the one guy, he's like, I'm not gonna do this. We're talking about dark magic and stuff just gone too far. I was an altar boy and so was he, pointing to his brother. And then, his brother's like, you're on your own. I'm going to stay with him or whatever. So the other guy runs out in a huff. And then Treat Williams is like, oh, if that's how you feel. And then immediately, like not even a second after he finishes his phrase, he just takes a spear and just throws it at the guy and kills him. And impales him against the door.
The best part is when he takes the spear out of the guy.
Yeah.
The guy falls to the floor, and then he examines the little nick in the wood on the wall. That was perfect acting.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I just chipped my the wood here. Like, God damn it. But he's like, yeah, if that's how you feel, and just picks up the spear and just throws it at him. And then there was another scene where you were the one that said it. We found it first when he's like, great news or exciting news or
exciting news! We're going to the Devil's Vortex. like you're going to Universal Studios or something, or Disney.
And he was so giddy and childlike about it too. Like, yeah, because the Devil's Vortex is the place where the third skull is, because they need to collect all the skulls to have like unlimited power. I guess for some reason I don't really know what they're gonna do with the power, but whatever. And so like you take the two skulls together and then it's supposed to point to where the third one was. So then it like shot out like some laser stuff into a hole in the map, and then that's where they're supposed to go. So then now the movie's a skull hunting, story basically. You gotta get the third skull.
Your typical skull hunting movie.
Yeah, one of those things. And I like the crystal skull. Interesting. Because one of the skulls actually was crystal in this movie, I think. Kind of. Okay, whatever.
And then in the middle, Crystal Gale came out and sang a song. It was really weird. What? Yeah. No, that didn't happen.
No. And then they find the skull. I'm kind of skipping a whole bunch of crap here.
It's okay.
A bunch of stuff happens.
Hopefully you watch the movie before you listen to us.
A bunch of stuff happens in between that. They get into a bunch more fights, obviously, with people. The Phantom, he has these periodic conversations with the ghost of his father, I guess.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody else can see him.
The former Phantom.
Yeah, the former. No one else can see him, so people think he's, like, just talking to himself or whatever.
Talking to myself and feeling old. Sometimes I'd like to quit. Nothing ever comes of it. Hanging around some kind of lonely clown. Rainy days and phantoms always get me down.
What's that from? What is that?
That was Rainy Days and Mondays by
okay.
by the Carpenters.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Don't sue us for me singing that long.
Yeah, whatever.
I changed the one lyric, so it was a parody.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Because I changed it to Phantoms. instead of Mondays.
Well, there you go. I mean, that still works. It still works. I don't know what else happened. I'm skipping a whole bunch of stuff here. I think Diana got kidnapped again at some point.
Well, they all got kidnapped, sort of. Like, when they got on the island, there was this problem where they all kind of do this, and then Catherine Zeta-Jones' character kind of became good at the end.
Oh, she did? I totally missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She wasn't having it anymore. And they're on the island, and towards the end of the movie, and they run into the pirates, the sane guys. Which brings me to my question, Matt, that I asked during the movie, and I'm wondering if it's true.
Okay.
If you're a member of the sane, are you insane?
No, because you're sane.
But you're insane.
Yeah, you're in it, but you're not.
So then you're insane.
Well, you're in the. Yeah, I guess you could be. But the problem is, though, that you have to be sane in order to join it, though, because they want to make sure that you can, do stuff like
and legally sign the documents to join, right?
What's that?
Oh, wait, no,
there's no documents. They probably have some initiation, right? But I don't think there's any documents or anything to sign.
Yes, they make you watch bad movies and you get to join.
Yeah, and that guy, the leader of that, played a dude who played the bad guy in the first Mortal Kombat movie. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
So, but he was also in the an '80s movie, Big Trouble in Little China. Or what was it called? Or was it Little Trouble? I don't remember.
Big Trouble in Little China.
I think he was in that. I think it said that. Yeah, he was in that too.
Oh, yeah, by the way, the Phantom's father is played by actor Patrick McGowan.
Okay. He looks familiar.
Yeah. They don't have that guy listed right here on Wikipedia. Okay, anyways, they have a little showdown with the guy, and Treat Williams is all excited because he's like, I've got 2 of these skulls, and you've got 1 of them, and trying to negotiate with the guy, and then he's like, well, you don't have the 4th one. Which turns out we find out is the ring that the Phantom wears.
Yeah.
Kit Walker.
So that's the whole mystery solved right there.
Yes.
There was actually a 4th skull that no one knew about.
Yes.
Or he knew about. That's a pretty cool doodle. I like that. The Phantom.
Yes, the Phantom.
I like that.
I drew the Phantom, folks. If you would like to see that, go donate money to our...
Yeah. To see doodles that Mike makes during our podcast.
Yeah, I'll show you all of them if you donate even just $5 to our Patreon. Anyways,
wow,
buy one of our T-shirts.
Yeah, I've got some good ones.
If you'd like, I can even put the Phantom on a T-shirt or something. Maybe.
Is that legal? I don't know.
I don't think I legally can do that. Anyways, so
get sued.
Yeah. So then, anyways, they end up killing the pirate dude. After he kills some other people.
A bunch of people die,
including the brother of the guy that got speared.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, the cannon.
They killed him with a cannon. That was cool. And then not like a Canon camera, but like
an actual cannon.
Yeah. And then
they didn't just throw a Canon camera at him and kill him or something like that.
That'd be cool.
They hit him right in the right spot in the head and just
I need to rig up my camera so it has a gun in it.
Whoa.
And then I can say, I'm going to shoot you.
Whoa. God.
With my camera.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. I'm insane. No, I'm not insane. I'm insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I know.
You got it.
I
get it. Got it good.
I get it.
So, yeah, and then basically we end happily ever after. The Phantom beats up everybody, and everybody's all happy or whatever. He's still got to protect the jungle.
Well, Treat Williams died during their fight because he had the 3 skulls, and he was facing off against the skull of the ring, and then the Phantom was still able to overpower him, even though he had the 3 full-size skulls, because the Phantom, was more pure of heart, knew how to use it better or whatever. So he killed him, he turned into fire, basically. Just body just disappeared in flames.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. And, so that happened. And then, but yeah, like you were saying.
Yeah.
About the whatchamacallit, the jungle.
Yeah, he protects the jungle, goes back in, and he tells the story to Diana about, like, you know, his life and everything. And then, the end, she asks him to take off his mask. And she admits that she knows he's Kit. Mm-hmm. And he does. And somehow right when he takes it off, the black makeup he had around his eyes, like in most of these fucking movies, is gone. I even saw that recently on an episode of Arrow.
Oh, really?
There's a scene where the Black Siren takes off her mask, and you can tell that Katie Cassidy had, you know, black makeup around her eyes, on her eyelids and whatnot, and then she takes it off and there's none there. I mean, the same thing like when all the Batman movies and everything, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody needs to explain that someday. I want to see a movie where they take it off and the guy or girl rubs it off of his eyes.
Yeah.
Or her eyes.
That would be cool.
So, yeah, that'd be one of these days.
That would be good.
When I make my superhero movie, that's going to be great. You know what it's going to be called?
What?
The Great.
The Great. Okay.
Yeah.
The Great.
That's going to be the name of my character.
The Great.
The Great.
Just the Great.
Yeah.
Not the Great this or that.
No,
just
the Great.
Okay.
And you know what his powers are going to be?
What?
He doesn't have to tell you because he's great. Man.
Okay, so he just...
Yeah. And he eats Frosted Flakes.
So he's a confidence man.
He eats Frosted Flakes. You know why?
Why?
Because they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so, do you want to take a break, Matt?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
manager Matthew Haas.
You got promoted?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, anyways, folks, do you like the show Superstore? I don't know. I asked the folks and nobody's answering me.
Because they're not here.
Oh,
but we love
damn it. Yeah, we love it, though. Okay, folks, if you like it as much as we do, you're really going to like the Super Story podcast, which is a podcast where Matthew and I go episode by episode and give our little opinions and thoughts on it. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And, so if you like this podcast and like our little crazy banter,
then you should definitely check this out. Or I might get sad. And when I get sad, it gets pretty sad.
yeah,
So
I can't deal with him when he's sad.
yeah, no one can really. So
Yeah. So check out Super Story Podcast right here where you get this podcast, Super Story Podcast.
Magus Elgar's apprentice, Udo Malaki, comes from a family of dangerous, exciting casters.
Hi, I'm Udo Malaki, and, I do magic.
Even if his ambitions only go as far as staying alive.
You know, I was really hoping you were going to say something a bit more positive.
Not exactly an ideal Magus. You can hear Udo Malaki and his exciting adventures in the upcoming radio comedy, Magus Elgar.
Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
And we are back. Okay, we're going to cover some of the little bit of trivia here that I culled from the interwebs about the movie 1996's The Phantom. The Phantom.
Woohoo.
The ghost who walks.
Spooky. It's not that spooky, but...
No. Music is sometimes in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Billy Zane, who starred as the Phantom, a.k.a. Kit Walker. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Is that okay?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay,
No.
I'll stop. He pumped iron for over a year to fill the Phantom's costume. A Batman-like costume with fake muscles was reportedly made, but by the time filming started, Zane was so beefed up that he did not need it. Go Billy Zane.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The Palmer Mansion set is actually the real-life Playboy mansion that was at the time owned by Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
When not filming, Billy Zane had a habit of running out to buy sushi wearing his Phantom costume.
Wow. That's funny.
One of the Phantom's trademarks in the comic strip has one of the Phantom's trademarks in the comic strips, his striped underpants, was tried on the movie costume, but reportedly looked too silly to be used in the final film. Several scenes developing a romance between the Phantom, Kit Walker, and Diana Palmer were shot in Thailand, but director Simon Windsor reportedly ditched them because he wanted the film to be more fast-paced. Bruce Campbell, among other actors, was considered for the role of the Phantom. I remember that back in the day when they were considering him, actually.
Who's Bruce Campbell again? I'm trying.
He's in the Evil Dead movies.
Oh, okay.
And he played Ash in those. Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's in Bubba Hotep as Elvis.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. I was just thinking about that a few days ago.
I love that movie.
JFK.
Yep. The skull is a dominant symbol in the Phantom's life. He lives in the skull cave. He wears a skull ring. And in the movie, he's trying to find 3 skulls. If you look closely to his costume, you will even see a skull design on it. So, like, on the actual fabric, there's skulls all over it. It's interesting. I noticed that. In the 1970s, pre-production began on a low-budget Phantom feature to be shot in Mexico with Batman star Adam West in the titular role.
Wow.
However, there were issues with the character rights, and the film was scrapped. Dolph Lundgren was considered for the role of the Phantom.
That would be interesting.
When it was in development in the late 80s and early 90s. Jenny McCarthy and Jennifer Lopez both auditioned for the role of Sala. Eventually, director Simon Windsor cast Catherine Zeta-Jones due to having enjoyed working with her on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, Palestine, October 1917, the 1993 episode.
Huh.
Yes.
I think they made the right call with her.
The Phantom's father was born in 1872 and died in 1932. He had not been killed 7 years earlier. Had he not been killed 7 years earlier, he would have been 67 years old in 1939 when the film takes place. Patrick McGowan, who plays the role, was also 67 years old when the film was being made. Joe Dante was originally slated to direct, but left due to other commitments. Before this, Joel Schumacher was considered as well, a.k.a. the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin director. Yeah, director Simon Windsor mentioned in an interview that Minnie Driver was originally cast as Sala, but dropped out due to scheduling conflicts, which contradicts the last statement that I said about her character. So, anyways, that's just interesting.
Yeah.
The comic was set in Africa, but the film is set in Thailand, I guess. But I guess I thought they said it was Africa.
Well, they said Bengalla.
Yeah, I guess they
And
just made up. Yeah,
and the people there looked kind of like Asian. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Africa's a big place. So.
but at the beginning, and it was just weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, Billy Zane shaved his head to get the Phantom's cowl to fit as closely as possible. This necessitated all his scenes where the Phantom is out of costume with a full head of hair to be shot early in production. The scene where the Phantom removes his cowl was shot in 2 parts in reverse order several weeks apart. Interesting. That is very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Okay, so those are some nice little trivia tidbits.
Oh.
Anything else you want to add here before we take a break and then come back with some user reviews from
user review.
IMDb?
No, just I liked it. The movie. I liked the fact that he didn't really have like any superpowers really, except for the ring, of course. But that was pretty much it. It was pretty much just his training.
To a burning ring of fire.
I did like his costume being kind of corny, but I liked it.
Yeah.
So that's about it. But
Yeah. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
It's a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah, so we analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
And we are back. Back in purple.
Back in purple, yep. Back in purple! And I see blurple. I don't know. AC/DC sucks, but...
Me too.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't suck, but I think they suck too.
Yeah. You're replying to those. I said I hate AC/DC. You're like, me too, but then I was like, I threw you through a loop there.
Yeah.
They're not that bad, they're just not that great.
Yeah.
But
I'm not a big fan of them or Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss.
And if that loses any listeners, I'm sorry.
Who cares? Kiss is way overrated as a band. I mean, they have, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So let's read some reviews here, culled from the Internet Movie Database. Data. Okay. Anyways, Brent Spiner. Anyways, here is one from Kuratatsu from July 16th of 2002. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Excellent adaptation! ! This movie does the character justice in so many ways. For those of you that don't like it, you may be expecting too much from it. Watch it as if you were a kid. Billy Zane was an excellent choice to play this character. Treat Williams is way over the top. Kerry Tagawa as the evil Kabai Kabai Sane choose enough scenery that the film should bunch in the projector. All I can say is enjoy.
Enjoy, indeed. I did enjoy it.
I did too. Let me find another one here. Okay, here's a half a star out of 10.
Oh, okay.
That's what this person gave. Named Liam Murphy 1, back in December 12th of 2004. Billy Zane might be a sexy guy, but he's pretty awful actor. But he's a pretty awful actor. He has no charisma whatsoever, which is probably why the film flopped big time at the box office. I was reading those like that because they capitalized them.
Yeah.
The film itself is actually very well made and is very enjoyable, sort of Indiana Jones style with a great locations and realistic 1930s feel. With a different lead actor, probably would have done better. Co-starring original Buffy Christy Swanson and straight-to-video king Treat Williams and lovely Welsh actress Catherine Zeta-Jones before her rise to superstardom. Yeah. Gave it a half a star. Just because he didn't like the lead actor. A half a star.
Okay.
Yep, a half a star. How many stars, Matt?
0.5.
Is that half? I don't understand your fancy digital numbering system.
Hey, well, you get used to it because I was trying to do something funny there, and I just kind of
Get used to it. Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah. Let's cough right into the microphone. That's good. Good job, Matt.
You can do that.
That's what the listeners want to hear.
Well, that brings us to our next new podcast we're going to launch. It's called All Too Cough with Matthew Haas. Okay. He'll cough in various different ways, sometimes in different languages.
I'll intentionally just try to get colds, and I'll just a year-round cold, and then I'll just constantly cough.
But you have to cough in Spanish and Arabic because you're learning those.
Well, yeah, but how do you cough in a language? I don't understand that.
You got to learn how to do that, man.
And I am learning those, but it's taking forever, and I don't know if I'm not learning it right or if I'm just taking really slow to do it. Really slow?
Well, I think you'll learn the language once you learn how to cough in those languages.
Yeah, I think so, too.
That's how it goes.
Then I got to learn how to laugh, too.
You got to learn how to laugh. Learn how to breathe in those languages.
Yeah, yep.
Otherwise, you'll die.
Actually, that's interesting, though, because some languages actually do have certain words that actually require more of your breath. So actually, you breathing actually might be part of the language. And I'm sorry, I'm getting all philosophical all of a sudden, but
no, that's good.
Yep, it sure is. I heard that sarcasm. No, like, yeah, it's good.
I didn't know what else to say, so I just said good.
I don't know what to say either. I'm just
So I'll read another bad review of it. This is from August 3rd of 2015 from Foghorn 48001.
Okay.
You know him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
I can just tell already by the name.
Unmistakably terrible. 1 out of 10 stars. This movie knows it is awful. It doesn't even have the good sense to poke fun at itself. A nod or wink to let you know that the people who made it are aware of what they're making.
Well, not everyone does lamp shading, so
yeah. The dialogue plays out like a conversation between 3 preteens. The action is similarly brainless. Hint, horses can't run faster than airplanes. And loose nets that drop from the ceiling aren't really effective traps. I don't think I heard a convincing spoken word or saw a convincing action sequence during the whole movie.
Oh, boo-hoo.
It's so entirely terrible that I kind of want to charge HBO Rent for letting me play it on my TV.
Wait, what?
They want to charge HBO Rent for letting them play it on their TV.
You do realize that HBO is basically like a streaming service, essentially.
That you pay for, but what he's saying is I want to make them pay me for watching it, basically.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. Yep.
That's the thing with those streamings, like, not streaming, but it is streaming. It's just
this is 2015. It was probably on regular TV.
Right. It was 4 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, yeah. So, yeah.
But it's like forced streaming almost because, they control the timing of, like, a certain movie coming on. Whereas opposed to like Hulu or something, you can just watch it whatever you want. But, whatever. Still, you bought HBO, so it's...
And you chose to watch it.
Yeah, so...
Yes. Unless you were tied to your chair with HBO on the TV and you couldn't leave. Which happens often,
HBO, really? Yeah. Only HBO, though. Showtime doesn't do that.
Because HBO is not TV, it's HBO.
It's HBO. Yeah. Do you remember when... Did people ever say HBO stood for horrible body odor when you were a kid?
No.
It's just my neighborhood? Okay, it's probably just my neighborhood.
I think it was just your neighborhood.
Yeah, my neighborhood was stupid, full of stupid kids, stupid people.
Yeah. They used to say that Showtime meant Showtime.
Yeah. And they used to call us Cinemax, Skinemax.
Skinemax,
yeah, because of all the soft core stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then they used to call Nickelodeon.
Then they had Nick Jr.,
which they called Nick Jr.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then Nick at Night, they called...
at night, yeah.
Nick at Night. And then there was MTV, which they used to call music television.
Ooh.
Okay, so...
wow.
When it played music.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Here's another 10 out of 10. We'll do a good one now to round this off with something positive.
Yep.
This is from Sazachik. 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 From November 8th of 2001. 10 out of 10. An adventure. Now, come on. You can't expect Oscar quality from a 20s comic book turned movie, but it was a fantastic adventure. How often are movies like that made? Indiana Jones, off the top of my head. I can't think of any others much like that. The Phantom tried, though, and it was good. It was an adventure, packed with action and romance. Just ignore the purple tights.
No, come on, those are cool.
It's what made Kit Walker, quote-unquote, different as a comic book superhero. Besides, Billy Zane can totally pull it off with his body.
Body.
Exclamation point. That was it. Okay,
Yeah,
10 out of 10. So, any other thoughts on the movie before we wrap up the thing? You got to wrap, though. Any of your thoughts?
I gotta wrap my thoughts?
Yeah, because we're wrapping up.
I can't rap, but I can do beatboxing.
Oh, okay.
I can't rap, though.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to rap either.
Yeah, okay. I could do some decent beatboxing just from constantly doing it all the time, but not because I'm talented, just because I just do it.
Yes.
And
so, any other thoughts about the movie?
No, just the movie was pretty decent. I would give it I'd say.
Would you recommend anybody watch it?
Yeah, I would. I'd say it's a 5 out of 10. I'd give it half, but because it's not great, but it's funny. It's got some good stuff in it. Treat Williams is hilarious in it.
Yes.
Yeah, the fighting is pretty stupid and corny, but I liked it.
I think it's worth it just for Treat Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I think if we just took the movie and took all the Treat Williams scenes and put those together, somebody's got to do that.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this,
yeah.
edit that bitch up and put it on.
Okay.
And put it on YouTube. Just the scenes of Treat Williams.
Yeah, you'll be like
That's all I want.
10 minutes of comedy. Like,
Yes, it'll be the greatest thing on. Unless it's already up there, I'll look it up.
Someone might have
sometime.
actually
Yeah, it
done
might
that.
be. If it is, I'll link it in the show notes.
Okay.
But because that's all you need to see. I mean, Billy Zane's cool and all, and so is Christy Swanson and Catherine Zeta-Jones. But Treat Williams,
Yeah, come on.
he's a treat.
He is a treat.
He's a treat.
He's a very true treat. Okay.
He's a funny treat in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not a trick. He's a treat. Treat Williams.
Yep.
That should be on his. That should be on his tombstone when he dies.
Yeah, we already
He wasn't a trick. He was a treat.
Let's plan that out already.
Yes.
Email him.
Yes, I will.
Hey, treat. You should make preparations, and
If he doesn't, I'm gonna go and deface his tombstone. I'm joking. And by the way, Everwood ruled. Anyways, so seriously, it was a good show. I liked Everwood. Which was I believe Everwood was created by Greg Berlanti.
okay.
Which brings us full circle here to
Yeah.
the comic book world, because he created the Arrowverse, or the Berlanti-verse, as I like to call it,
The variety.
because it's more appropriate than Arrowverse, because Arrowverse just kind of... Because now that Arrow's going off the air...
Yeah, because I understood why they called it at first, because that was the first show that started it. But it's not he's not Arrow's not the leader of the whole series or whatever series of shows. I mean, he's obviously I'm pretty sure I'm gonna actually legitimately cry at the end of Arrow.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I've become so attached to the character of Oliver Queen.
But it's just amazing that Berlanti, what he's done. I mean, he created Everwood. He's got to start working on Dawson's Creek as a writer. He was one of the producers of the show for a while too, after Kevin Williamson left. And and then he created Brothers and Sisters and all this other stuff. And then he went on to create these great superhero shows.
He's created,
and then he's created Riverdale and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as well.
That's right. Because I went out. I was watching Riverdale over the summer, and I saw the CW and the Berlanti thing.
Yeah,
but just think about the fact that when people talk about this whole Marvel versus DC. Sorry, I'm like going away from the mic for
that's fine.
Marvel versus DC, blah, 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 bullshit. It's like, you know what? They're both good universes. Shut up with this bullshit about like, DC doesn't have a version of Spider-Man. Okay, well, they don't have to have like each versions of things. Like they can have their whatever. But like this guy created like 6 different shows based on these superheroes.
Yeah,
right. Because
or co-created them.
There's Arrow. I'm just going by order of when they first appeared.
Well, there's Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Black Lightning,
and now Batwoman.
That's
6 shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
not to mention the other shows he's created.
Right.
Like I said, like Riverdale and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So yeah,
that's pretty
amazing. And
amazing.
then he also wrote and directed the comedy, the romantic comedy drama film Love, Simon, which got a lot of good critical acclaim for it. So yeah. And he's only 5 years older than me.
Oh yeah,
that makes me feel old, and like I haven't done enough in my life.
Well,
man.
not everyone is going to be able to, strike gold that much and create 6 superhero shows or co-create and.
But I want to.
Well, I know
Matt.
you want to. I'm just saying not everyone strikes gold.
Why not?
It just happens. I don't know.
Why not me?
There's really no reason why.
Why not me? Why not me?
Don't say it like that because then it's not going to happen because quit crying.
But I want to cry, Matt.
No. Come on, Baby Yoda. Don't do it.
I'm the baby.
Oh, God.
I'm the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, we heard that.
Uh-oh.
That music. What?
I have a new meme.
What? Oh, no.
The Baby Yoda.
Oh, my God. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't. You got to put Yoda's head on him or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
The Baby Yoda.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hey, that might actually. Ooh, that would be a good idea. Like, we should get into the meme
Rap
world.
good he does. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't know about
No,
that.
I'm joking.
Actually, he's like pretty good actor. Maybe that was okay. That scene with the Christmas caroling was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
as we record this, Jennifer Lopez and the baby were on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, we took a break and watched
that. Yeah. So this probably will be like weeks from
right,
that, but whatever. Anyways, anything else before we sign off here, Damat?
No. Damascus. I don't know. Damatkiss. That sounds kind of weird. Like
like you kiss people.
I got kissed like a kissing service. I can't. A kissing. There you go. I can't think of anything. Like in was it Pie Day? There's a
kissing booth.
That's right. There was a scene in that. All right, like that's my. No, it's not my.
Pie Day Die Day. Out now on DVD.
Yeah. Well, it's been out for a while.
And streaming. Check out piedayDieDay.com for more information.
And that's spelled with a P-I.
Yeah, that's P-I-D-I-E.
Yeah.
I mean P-I-D-A-Y.
Yeah.
P-I. No, wait. What am I doing?
All right, I see. P-I space D-I-E.
No, it's one word.
Oh, it's all one?
For the website.
Oh, okay.
P-I-D-A-Y-D-I-E-D-A-Y. piedayDieDay.com. So just go to piedayDieDay.com. For a nice film written by Lindsay LaForce and directed by Michael Edward Cullen II.
Well, that's you, though.
Yes, it is.
That's you.
Mm-hmm. Talking about myself in the third person.
Okay.
And I have no issues with that.
Trump does that a lot. Talks about himself in the third person.
That's because we have the best words.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I have the best words.
Just for a bit of advice.
Mike has the best words. Trump has the best words.
Yeah.
Matt does not have the best words.
No, I don't have the best words. No, unfortunately, I don't. But just a little piece of advice because this movie kind of had a little thing too about he's like the guardian of like the jungle and stuff. And the jungle, you think about the environment because it's like that's like nature has been not. Sorry, I keep touching the table. What's that?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah.
Nature has been like uncorrupted by man, stuff like that. So in order to protect your environment, I'm begging you guys, please, do not flush your toilet 15 times every single time you go to the bathroom. Okay, it's terrible for the environment. Don't do it.
No,
I don't care how much you had to pee. I don't think it's that much to warrant 15 flushes, but according to, our dear King, Trump, he, says don't, people are flushing their toilets 10 to 15 times every time they go to the bathroom. Yeah, think if you're going to the bathroom, even just 3 times a day, that's 45 flushes. I mean, that's way too much, and
So that's not normal.
no. Well, it's not. People are doing it apparently all over the country though. They're just having flushing parties.
And that's what's hurting our environment.
Yeah.
Not the
No.
not the cars or the
No.
or the plastic or the
No, none of that stuff. People are having flush parties. They just go over to someone's house. They just drink some beers, maybe watch a sports game of any kind. Doesn't have to be football. Just any. They just go flush toilets.
I like watching sports games.
Yeah, sports games and flushing toilets is a new thing that people are just new craze.
Yep.
We thought vaping was bad. Try the flush parties; they're even worse.
Every weekend, I invite people over, and all we do is flush toilets and watch sports games. Those ones where the team and or player with the most points wins at the end.
Yes.
Sports games.
Sports games. Someone should make a video game just called Sports Games, like an Atari type of game.
Well, they already have like Wii Sports,
and they actually make it for the Atari, like make their own mod, and actually put it onto an Atari cartridge and just call it Sports Games.
Sports games. What's your favorite sports game?
My favorite sports game is to play or watch. What do you think?
To watch.
Probably to watch football, but I don't really watch football that much.
I like to watch games. I like to watch the baseball.
The baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball sometimes is okay to watch.
When the players play the baseball with the ball and the bat.
But my favorite sport to play is tennis. I don't play it that often, but it's like that's the game I actually like.
My favorite sport to play is bowling.
Bowling's cool. I like bowling. Bowling is cool. I like that.
So that's a little bit of information you guys didn't think you would hear from us today on this episode of The Phantom in our Crisis on Infinite Films. So, I think that's all for right now. I'm going to have to let you folks go here. I got to go flush my toilet 15 times. And I'll let you know how it goes. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.